Forget Amsterdam and Berlin as successful startup regions. The Ems-Dollart-region is brimming with potential. And that is exactly what you will experience during the series of videos about the startup ecosystem in this region. In this series, we dive deeper into the Ems-Dollart-region and its startup ecosystem to get some answers. Today we will visit 3 important contributors of the startup ecosystem in the Ems-Dollart-region. We will focus on the ecosystem itself, what does it entail and which part their organizations play in this ecosystem. The first location is a beautiful monument which radiates history. Here, people meet each other and new connections are built that increases the entrepreneurial and innovative strength of Friesland. One of the organizations in this building is founded in Friesland, which takes up an advisory seat in the Ems-Dollart-region project. Let me introduce you to Leonie. Hi Leonie.
Hey.
Can you tell me a little bit more about Founded in Friesland?
Sure. Founded in Friesland works together with partners on a high-quality startup ecosystem for the Frisian startups and scale-ups, but also in the Northern Netherlands together with parties like Founded in Groningen and Ik ben Drents ondernemer.
And what is a startup ecosystem?
Well, in the startup ecosystem, we work together with public organizations, support organizations, knowledge institutions and entrepreneurs to create an ecosystem where we have more startups and also the space for startups to develop into scale-ups.
And how do you support entrepreneurs?
Well, we organize high-quality support programs for startups and scale-ups in every phase. We take care of talent. It's important for companies, but also for the talent itself. We motivate them to start entrepreneuring. For the market side, we make sure there are customers available to buy the first product. And for the capital side, we think it's important to have enough growth capital to develop the startups.
What a great purpose, and thank you so much for your time.
Well, Esme, have a great time exploring the Ems-Dollart-region.
Thank you, bye-bye. Let's go to one of the knowledge institutions and see how they fit in this ecosystem and how they can support startups. Here we are at Startup City, part of Hanse University of Applied Sciences Groningen, the lead partner in the project Ems-Dollart-region. Startup City is a sort of breeding ground for student starters and aspiring student starters. Educational programs like minor pitch events are hosted here at Startup City. Today we are going to meet Vanessa van Hest. She is program manager here at Startup City. Hi Vanessa.
Hi Esme, welcome.
You're working here at Startup City, right?
Yes, welcome. So what we do here is this is the physical place of the Hanse University of Applied Sciences, where we try to stimulate students to develop an entrepreneurial mindset and to, well, participate in entrepreneurship.
And why is a startup ecosystem so important?
Well, what's important is that a startup ecosystem offers the opportunity for entrepreneurs to meet other entrepreneurs, to meet potential investors, suppliers, partners. If it's a strong startup ecosystem, then it also helps to cultivate but also accelerate the flow of concepts, talent, resources. So this is very important. Why? Because it also helps to stimulate the innovative growth of the region, and it also helps to address some of the needs that we have as society, such as sustainability or healthy aging. So that's why a strong ecosystem is important.
And what is your role in this ecosystem?
So at the Hanse University of Applied Sciences, we cultivate entrepreneurial talent and help people start their business, but also to grow their business. And we think it's very important for students to play and explore when it comes to entrepreneurship. They say it takes a village to raise a child. We believe it takes an ecosystem to raise a startup. Why? Because it gives inspiring role models, useful connections, but also a support network for after students leave university so that they can continue growing their business. Yeah. In addition, what we also contribute is sharing knowledge and results from applied research and innovation.
What do you think will be the development of the cross-border entrepreneurship in the near future?
One thing that cross-border development will bring is more scale. So it will allow us to create more critical mass and to unite expertise when it comes to entrepreneurship, education and support. Another thing is that it will help for businesses to grow their business across borders, so internationalization.
So that's a lot of information. Thank you so much. And yeah, good luck with everything.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye. Vanessa just told us that it's very important to have close relationships with organizations like founder partners or incubators. Even the cross-border connection gained importance. So why not go cross-border and see what's going on there? We have arrived in Meppen at the location of Ems-Dollart GmbH. It is a supporting organization for startups and aspiring starters. At Ems-Dollart, starters can get their advice, knowledge, relevant network and support for their business. We are going to meet Heidi. Heidi is the manager at Ems-Dollart and also a member of the advisory board of the project startup Ems-Dollart-region. Hi Heidi,
Hi,
nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So you are the manager at Ems-Dollart, right? What is your role in this ecosystem?
So the Ems-Dollart GmbH is a business promotion agency for the region Emsland. So we joined our forces already 20 years ago to build a very strong supporting network, and this is what we still do now. Yes.
And how do you support the connection between the different stakeholders?
We do this by meeting regularly and to talk together, to see each other, to learn from each other and have a good, trustful connection overall the last 20 years.
And where can you still improve?
The building of an ecosystem has never finished, so it's a lively system and there are always new developments you have to look at and you have to be able to react on these new developments, and this is what we do.
In the next episode, we are going to talk to people who actually use this ecosystem. See you next time! Today we are in Leeuwarden, in the Kanselarij. This is a historic building where policymakers, knowledge institutions and entrepreneurs meet and work together. Let's check it out! Here I will meet Lennart. Lennart is project partner of the Ems-Dollart project and owner of Incubator Leeuwarden. This incubator is one of the organizations within the startup ecosystem. Hey Lennart.
Hey, it's me.
Hey, nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you here.
Yeah.
Welcome in Leeuwarden.
Yeah, so you're the owner of Incubator.
I am the founder of Incubator.
So when did you start and why?
Well, I started 2009 with Incubator Leeuwarden because I thought Leeuwarden would really need an incubator. There were some signals from the city of Leeuwarden and from the university that they would like to have something like that, and I just thought, let's go and let's start it.
And started.
Yeah.
And what is your biggest goal?
My biggest goal is that one of our companies becomes the next Airbnb and becomes a multinational and global player. And obviously we have some opportunities there. We have had some successes, some companies which became the best company in Friesland. But I have to admit that there is one or two opportunities now in the incubator. And you're going to speak to one of them later on, Tap Online, and they might have a chance of becoming really big.
And why did you want to participate in the project startup Ems-Dollart-region?
Well, I was asked by Dietrich Bakker. He is a lecturer at Hansa University, and he had a really good story, and he invited me to Germany, and I was able to spread my knowledge also in the German side, and I understood that obviously the problems there with startups are really similar to here. And for us, Dietrich and me, it would be really nice if you could build a community which is border crossing. We can do the similar kind of things, and there's a big network of companies, really good companies, on the other side of the border. Yeah. So if you go from Leeuwarden to Groningen, Groningen is already a really big city. For us, it's the capital of the north, obviously. Yeah. But if you go even further, you go to Oldenburg, for instance, and it's really similar to Groningen. Yeah. They have a great startup community, and it's great to contact them and also learn that there's kind of similar people out there, and you can try to connect them and get them work together.
Well, that was an interesting story, but how does it really work? I'm going to meet Rinse. He's working for Tap Online. Hi Rinse.
Hoi,
hey.
Rinse.
You are also a startup, right?
Yeah, at Tap Online we develop smart paper which can sense temperature, shocks and other variables, so you can use it for an export function to prove that your product went overseas in the right manner.
And when did you start with this?
Tap Online was founded approximately 2 years ago. And we started with just making paper intelligent, and we added sensors to that equation in a later stage where we are right now.
And how does it work?
Well, you can tap it with any smartphone without even enabling NFC because it's already on most phones.
So I can do it with my own smartphone?
Yeah, you can use your own, of course.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, try it then. And I have to tap it here, right?
Yeah, right there.
Okay. Oh yeah.
And if we can share your location, and as you can see, this is the temperature the label has measured over time.
Yeah.
And the information you see right here is already stored in the cloud right now. So we can see that the temperature this label has measured, but also Microsoft can see that I'm already flexing with their name.
So it's all in the cloud and you don't have to worry about it.
It's already in the cloud.
Yeah.
And the user and the end user and the customer can all see this data if they want to.
It's very easy.
It's
And
quite
it goes
practical.
very fast. And what help did you get from the startup ecosystem?
Well, Incubator got us in touch with grants, the municipality of Leeuwarden, also some coaches and training, the B-Start program, and also the ADR program to which we pitched our product and resulted in multiple German leads.
And what is your biggest goal?
Well, ultimately we want to reduce more e-waste by creating a wide range of circular products based on paper.
Sounds great. So good luck with Tap Online.
Thank you very much.
Can I take this with me?
You can take it.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
I think it's great to hear from the actual participants of this ecosystem in the Northern Netherlands. In the next episode, we will check out the startup ecosystem and its participants in Germany. Will you join me cross-border? Today we are at Zukunftsunternehmen, a startup hotspot which is an affiliate of the University of Oldenburg. It's a brand new place, but not less inspiring. Let's try and find Stephanie. She is the manager here and also a project partner of the startup Ems-Dollart project. Hi Stephanie, nice to meet you.
Hi Esme, it's so great to have you here. Thanks for coming over.
Yeah, thank you. This place looking great because when I walk in here, I didn't expect this.
It's like opening up a new world, right?
Yeah.
I do feel every day the same.
Yeah.
And we're still in the construction, so don't be afraid. There might be some noise, but it's all safe.
And when did you start?
The whole idea behind this affiliated institute started years ago. So it was part of a project funded by the University of Oldenburg, but more and more we learned that we need a new place, an own place, and home for the people who start to work on their ideas. And we love the idea of having a village where they can really become part of each other, start up a new community.
And how do you support the entrepreneurs?
In kind of different way. We firsthand provide them with space. And so whenever they become part, so we call them inhabitants, so they're inhabitants of the Innovation Village, they support them with workshops, there are events, we support them with especially moderating and building bridges between different kinds of people, different disciplines, because we're sure if you add one and one, that becomes more than two.
And what is your biggest dream?
Our dream is that everyone has the feeling that there's some entrepreneurial spirit inside the mind, inside their hearts, and then they start to dream big. We follow the idea of effectuation, that you can link a lot of things, and by that together, you mutually and collaboratively really can change something. We do have a song in Germany, which is roughly translating, say, if there are a lot of little not important people with a lot of little not important ideas, if they join up, they can change the face, the mind of the whole world.
Thank you so much for this great story, and I think that this is a true inspiration for you, but also for a lot of entrepreneurs and startups. But I'm also curious about what the people who work here think about this. Can I talk to someone?
Definitely, I'm curious about that as well as I'm curious about how other supporters of this place think about it.
Yeah.
So, of course, let me get you in touch with them.
Yeah, thank you. Hi Daniel.
Hey,
nice
how
to
are you?
meet you.
Good to see you here. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you. How did you start here?
Well, I started multiple companies, but today I'm focusing mainly on supporting founders to find their way and to grow as a person and as a company.
And how do you support the entrepreneurs?
First of all, to be available. Like, we are a community, so when there are founders in the center of the startup community, we know that the startup community is going to be stronger and thrive.
And why in this region?
Well, it's quality of life. It's an awesome place to be. It's an awesome place to live. It's affordable. You have a wonderful culture, and you can run a company from here like you can from any other place in the world.
So thank you so much for your time and good luck with everything.
And same to you.
Okay,
Great to have you
bye-bye.
here. Take care.
Hi Jan, nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you.
You're also a startup, right?
Yes, we are also a startup.
And can you tell me a little bit more about your company?
Yes, we are a startup of Anevo and we develop redox batteries for renewables.
And when did you start and why?
We started in 2018 as a spin-off of the German Aerospace Center, and today 10 people are working on trying to bring this solution to the market.
And why is it so important to get support from this ecosystem?
Especially in the beginning, you have a lot of questions, you don't have money, you don't have a lot of answers. So if you have such an ecosystem, it can help you a lot to get started.
So Jan, thank you for this great story and I wish you good luck with your company.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
In the first episode of the series about the startup ecosystem in this Ems-Dollart-region, we have talked to supporters of the startups and actual startups. But what about the wannabe startups, the student starters? Let's talk to them in the next episode. Welcome back to this series of the startup ecosystem in the Ems-Dollart-region. Today we are taking a closer look at a very important part of this ecosystem, the student starters. We are going to meet Eelco, director of the entrepreneurship De Noorderlingen and a strong force in the startup community in Groningen and Drenthe. He is also a member of the advisory board of the project Ems-Dollart-region. And later on we're going to meet one of his students. Hi Eelco.
Hi.
You're the founder from the Noorderlingen, right?
Yes, correct.
And what is the Noorderlingen?
The Noorderlingen is an entrepreneurship program for students that want to scale up their business.
And when did you start?
2013 already.
And why did you start?
Well, we saw a lot of student entrepreneurs struggling with scaling up their business during their study, and we want to offer them an ecosystem with advisors, coaches and experts to help them grow their business. Yeah. So we want them to build their network and stay in the region as well, and that's what we succeed in now. So we have more than 300 startups within the program, and more than 65% are still active and working in this region.
And you also organized the Green Business Challenge. What is that exactly?
Well, it's actually a combination of a week-long hackathon combined with a road trip. And during that week we tried to solve green business challenges. So challenges from small businesses in the region regarding sustainability. And we've got teams of international students working on those challenges during the week.
And why did you organize it in the Ems-Dollart-region?
Well, it's interesting to have a mix of Dutch and German companies within such a program, and also let the students see different cultures and get them across the border and see what happens at the other side of the border in business and incubators and those kind of initiatives.
So now I'm going to talk to Ilja, and I'm very excited what her experience is about the Green Business Challenge. Hey Ilja.
Hello.
You are also a student at the Hanze University, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And how did you find out the Green Business Challenge?
I saw it on the website of Hanze.
And what was the reason you want to start with the Green Business Challenge?
Well, it's about sustainability and businesses, and it suits my education very well.
And did you do it alone or with a group?
With a group, yeah, with a student from Ireland and a student from Leeuwarden.
And what was the challenge you were working on?
It's Campus Emme. They are making an innovation center and they were looking for some ideas on how to make it.
And were there any good results about the challenge?
Yeah, we all pitched our idea on Friday at the end of the week, and at the end I also got offered a thesis project. So that was very nice. Yeah.
That's really nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much that I can ask you some questions, and good luck with your study.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
In our final episode, we are going to take a look into the future of the startup ecosystem in the Ems-Dollart-region. Will you join me next time? In this final episode of our series about the startup ecosystem in the Ems-Dollart-region, we are going to talk with Professor Diederich. Diederik is German and works in the Netherlands at the Hanse University of Applied Sciences in Groningen as a professor in international business. He has done a lot of research on the Ems-Dollart-region, which led to the start of this project. We will be talking to Diederik online because he's on a business trip in China. Hi Diederik, thank you for being here, and I guess you're in China right now on this moment for a business trip, is that right?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, I'm in China, but I'm happy to do this interview now.
Ah, nice. We're going to talk about the project Ems-Dollart-region. And how did you start?
Well, we observed that there's a lot of entrepreneurial and startup behavior on each side of the border, whether it is in Groningen or in Oldenburg, or whether it is in Leer, in Leuven, and in Emmen. But at the same time, while there's a lot of happening in these areas, there's not too much interaction yet between the two sides of the border. So we thought, why look, to Amsterdam and why look to Berlin from a German perspective? Why not look at Groningen and vice versa? Why not look at on the other side of the border? So it's so close, and there's so much to complement each other with that we decided to look into this further and came up with this project.
And what does surprise you the most in the Ems-Dollart-region?
Startups and entrepreneurship is omnipresent. You can find it everywhere. There are initiatives, there are workplaces, there are incubators, but they are very isolated on their own. So both interregionally, there's not much happening, and cross-border, not even to think of. And while there is so much happening, and while there is so much focus also from politics and policymakers, we decided and we thought it's really worthwhile to connect both interregionally but also internationally, cross-border.
And what do you want to initiate or explore in the near future?
Well, we started with creating a cross-border and facilitating a cross-border entrepreneurship ecosystem. So understanding who are the players in the Ems-Dollart-region, and we have some 400 to 500 individual companies, organizations, and so on that are participating in this ecosystem. So we know this, and we are building connections. Yeah. So the next step now is, how can we, create more overlaps? How can we create more interaction? And especially Corona has taught us that we can make much more use of actually digital technologies. And we are thinking about building tools with machine learning and also artificial intelligence to enable more entrepreneurial behavior for people who want to start companies, for people who already have companies, and for people and for companies who want to grow. Mm-hmm. And we want to do that in a cross-border sense and just profit from all the advantages that are coming in such a cross-border environment.
So what is your dream?
Well, right now we call this the Ems-Dollart-region, but maybe one day some people will start to say and refer to this region as the Ems-Dollart Valley. Why look so far away when it's happening here?
So you can do everything in the Ems-Dollart-region and make it an Ems-Dollart Valley. Thank you so much, Diederik, for everything, and good luck in China.
Thank you very much.
Bye. Well, that's a wrap. We have given you more insights in the startup ecosystem of this beautiful region. So if you are a startup or an aspiring startup, please take a closer look at all the possibilities available for you in the Ems-Dollart-region. The ecosystem is there and ready to help on both sides of the border. Forget about Amsterdam or Berlin. Start up in the Ems-Dollart-region.